Hello and welcome to Clever News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Florence Joshua with these and more. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has notified suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan about the receipt of a petition to recall her from the National Assembly. The Commission disclosed this in a statement issued by Sam Olumekun, INEC National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, on Wednesday in Abuja. Sam also confirmed that further to the statement issued by INEC on Tuesday, the Commission had received contact addresses of representatives of the petitioners seeking to recall Natasha. He stated that the telephone numbers and email addresses of the representatives of the petitioners had been provided to INEC in a letter addressed to the chairman of the commission dated March 26. Meanwhile, stakeholders in electoral advocacy have called for a transparent, inclusive, and non-partisan process for appointing the national chairman and commissioners of the Independent National Electoral Commission. The call was made during an advocacy meeting convened on Wednesday in Abuja. The meeting, which is a part of Situation Room's effort to strengthen Nigeria's electoral process, is aimed at promoting integrity and credibility ahead of the 2027 general elections. The report.
If they are to organize elections to the office of the president, and the president is the one appointing them, doesn't that call for a lot of questions? So what does INEC do? Organize, undertake, and supervise all elections to the office of the president.
As Nigeria prepares for the 2027 general elections, the need for a credible and independent electoral commission has become increasingly important. The meeting is aimed at promoting transparency and accountability in the appointment process, which reflects the growing demand for electoral reform in Nigeria. The advocacy meeting is a significant step towards strengthening Nigeria's electoral process, with an expected outcome aimed at contributing to a more credible and inclusive electoral system.
Probably part of the existing commissioners are appointed to become the chairman. I think that's one of the areas we can start advocacy on, because if you have been part of the team, so there won't be anything new to you. So it won't matter whenever you get elevated to become the chairman. So I think this is one of the areas that maybe you can start looking at.
Elections credibility starts with the credibility of the agency that is charged with the responsibility of conducting the elections. If that body lacks that credibility, then it's unlikely to offer us any credibility in the process.
One thing we cannot afford going forward is that the president appoints an INEC chairperson or the commissioners.
Before screening the person, how does the person come up? Is it that anybody can just come up and say, I want to be INEC chairman, and go and screen the person? You know, then look, we have three arms of government: the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary. It is still the executive that push forward the name of who or approves who will be the head of the judiciary.
The issues that we should put out there that should inform the president making nominations to the Senate Committee on Electoral Matters, and what should the Senate Committee on Electoral Matters do in response to those nominations.
Should we still continue the way it is, the president continuing to appoint? I think for me, the answer is no.
We have a sitting president who is desecrating the constitution of Nigeria. Is he the one that is listening? We will watch him. The fact is that people are writing their history. What we are doing, we are writing our history because we are occupying the stage at this time. What we need to do to hold government accountable, we will do it.
With the 2027 elections approaching, it is imperative for civil society organizations to actively advocate for a transparent and non-partisan appointment to safeguard electoral integrity in Nigeria. In another development, the House of Representatives has rescinded its decision on the second reading of a bill seeking to strip the Vice President, governors and deputy governors of immunity, as well as a bill advocating for the death penalty. Recall that the House of Representatives had on Wednesday deliberated on the bill, which had scaled second reading on the floor of the House. However, the House reversed its decision after Majority Leader Julius moved the motion during Thursday plenary, which was presided over by Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu. Several months after approval, Nigeria's federal government has finally commenced payment of 77,000 naira monthly allowance to the National Youth Service Corps members. The development comes barely a few weeks when the Nigerian media space went awash with heated conversations and debates among social media users after the video of Lagos-based National Youth Service Corps member Oshe Ugmaye, popularly known as Raye, criticizing President Tinubu's government over escalating economic hardship, surfaced online. Applauding Raye's bravery, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party SDP, Adebayo, said the only way to effect changes in Nigeria is for more people to speak out, as no government in the world would guarantee liberty to people who are not ready to take risks. News Imafonokon has the details.
The announcement of a pay increase by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which earlier brought relief and excitement among corps members nationwide, was met with disappointment following delays in implementation of the new allowance. Close to 6 months after the announcement in September 2024, serving corps members were paid the previous 33,000 naira allowance introduced in 2020 under former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. The latest development came after Nigerian youth recently took to social media to begin a 30-day rant challenge expressing their displeasure with the government in solidarity with the Lagos-based National Youth Service Corps member Oshe Ugmaye, who recently gained attention for openly criticizing Tinubu's leadership, calling him a terrible leader, and lamenting over financial struggles which have made hard work seem futile among Nigerians.
Being an NYSC copper, there's nothing beneficial about this whole NYSC thing. The money I spend on transportation is just more than the alawi the government gives me. Like, it doesn't, I can't keep up. Like, I'm so tired of this bill and I can't keep up. I am overwhelmed and I'm tired, I'm exhausted. It's too much, and I wish that we would start calling the government out heads on. For example, Tinubu, you are a terrible president. Like, what are you doing to help us? What are you doing to help the economy? You are so terrible. I'm so sick and tired of Nigerians acting like we are strong, and they say, oh, Nigerians, we are actually very strong. Oh, no matter how much they increase things, we still chest it. No, it is not cute. We are cowards.
The 2023 presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Adebayo, in his reaction to the development, said liberty is not something that is given. Hence, if one person holds the Nigerian government accountable, like the brave corps member did, those in authority will react.
Those who are in government today used to criticize government a lot and demonstrate on the streets and protest and sponsor people to protest and criticize and call people in government names. But when they got in, they have become authority. So they will also lash out. The way to respond to them is for more people to come out and speak. Of course, I must say that there are manners of speaking. So there are some lawful speech, and there are some unlawful speeches. So what people need to know is not, but from what I heard from the clip I saw of the young lady, she was not seditious, she was not threatening anyone, she was just expressing a candid view, which the president himself had expressed when President Tinubu said, let the poor masses breathe.
And what the young lady is doing just to say the poor masses are still not breathing well. So do something about it. So there's nothing, you can't say if I speak and people in authority must applaud me. It doesn't work that way. When you speak, they will also speak. Sometimes you speak in words, they speak in action.
As the 30-day rant challenge continues to gain traction, Nigerians remain hopeful that their cries will be heard and possibly poor Nigerians will begin to breathe a sigh of relief. Imefonokon reporting for Clever News.
In a rather sad development, the federal government has expressed concern over the presence of about 26,000 children in custodial centers, describing it as a violation of laws requiring their placement in both-style institutions. Minister of Interior Dr. Olubunmi Tunji Ojo made this known at a high-level interagency meeting held in Abuja to address the urgent issue of children deprived of liberty in correctional facilities. Represented by Director of Press and Public Relations in the ministry, Mr. Ozoya, the minister acknowledged the lack of adequate facilities and called for urgent action and penalty to address these legal and institutional gaps. Dr. Tunji Ojo reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to addressing pressing issues within the nation's correctional system, with a specific focus on the alarming number of children in correctional centers and the broader goal of reforming Nigeria's justice system. The 15th Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, has called off his scheduled Eid el-Fitr Durban, citing security advice and consultations with key stakeholders. The decision, announced in a late-night video statement on Wednesday, follows weeks of tension surrounding competing Durban plans between Bayero and reinstated 16th Emir Mohammed Sanusi II. Bayero had earlier informed the Kano State Police Command of his intention to hold a separate Durban, a move that came shortly after Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf approved Sanusi's preparations for the traditional event. However, after discussions with elders, scholars and members of his council, Bayero opted to suspend the festivities to avoid potential unrest. He urged residents of Kano to prioritize peace and unity during the festive period, encouraging Muslims to focus on strengthening family and communal bonds. Bayero also extended his congratulations to the Muslim community for completing Ramadan and prayed for continued blessings. The cancellation highlighted lingering disputes over the Kano Emirate throne, where Bayero and Sanusi have both asserted their legitimacy for nearly 10 months. The conflict stems from political and legal battles that have left the ancient city divided between two rival emirs. While the Durban is a cherished cultural tradition, Bayero's decision reflects concerns over escalating tensions. His move has been seen as an effort to prevent further instability in a state already grappling with deep-seated political rivalries. And that's the news. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube at Clearview News Dex, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter at Clearview Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Florence Joshua. Bye for now.